Let me show you 4 super easy and delicious recipes that you can make from bagged shredded coleslaw. Of course you can shred your own cabbage, but sometimes you just don't want to. And that's why tricolored coleslaw exists. Just for reference, a 14-ounce bag of slaw is about 6.5 cups of shredded cabbage. I like to use the tricolored kind because then you get a mix of green cabbage, purple cabbage, and carrots all mixed together, no work needed. Today we're making 1 side dish and 3 dinners, and all of them use bagged shredded coleslaw to save you time and effort in the kitchen without sacrificing the veggies. If you like these recipes, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The first recipe is spicy pickled cabbage slaw.
Spicy pickled cabbage slaw is so delicious on tacos and salads and sandwiches and wraps, and it is so easy to make. The secret to this quick pickle is tricolored coleslaw. It comes in a bag, so there's no shredding needed. Stuff your slaw into heat-proof jars along with onion, garlic, and jalapenos. Then make your brine by combining water and vinegar with sugar, salt, and spices. Bring that to a boil and then pour the hot brine all over those veggies. This is why you need heat-proof jars. Just look at those beautiful pickles. Now I know what you're gonna say. They're not mixed, but don't worry. Once the jars are cool to the touch, you can close them up, give them a shake, and everything mixes up perfectly. Y'all, I am obsessed with these pickles. I have honestly been eating them right out of the jar, but they're just such a great condiment to have on hand for when you want to add some like spicy, sweet, tangy crunch.
Okay, so let's move on to dinners. I love using tricolored slaw as the veggie to top these easy vegan tostadas.
These super easy vegan tostadas are one of my go-to weeknight dinners. You can prep them in the time that it takes to preheat the oven, and it's such a great use what you have recipe. I'm using bagged shredded cabbage and sliced onions on my tostadas, but you can really use any veggies you want or omit the veggies entirely for a plain bean and cheese tostada. However you make it, I think this recipe is going to be one of your faves too. Arrange your tortillas on a lined baking sheet and then spread on your refried beans. Make sure you use vegetarian or fat-free refried beans because the conventional ones often contain lard. Now sprinkle on your veggies of choice. As you can see, I'm using tricolor coleslaw. Then sprinkle on your favorite vegan cheese. And then I like to put the onions on the very top so they get a little bit browned and sweet in the oven. Once they're done baking, add whatever toppings you like tomatoes, vegan sour cream, fresh herbs, and hot sauce. These are just absolutely delicious. With those warm refried beans and melty cheese and tender veggies, I cannot wait for you to try them. You can eat these with a knife and fork, but I like folding them in half like a taco. Just listen to that crunch.
These last 2 recipes each use a whole bag of coleslaw. First up, let's make an egg roll in a bowl.
When you're craving an egg roll but takeout's just not in the budget, make this vegan egg roll in a bowl. This recipe is super easy and it uses bagged tricolor coleslaw to save you on prep time. If you want to shred the cabbage yourself, absolutely go for it. I just love tricolor slaw as a shortcut. This dish is delicious as is, but my favorite way to serve it is with my favorite egg roll dipping sauces drizzled on top. You can really use any sauce you like sweet chili sauce, curry mayo, duck sauce. For the version you see here, I used my spicy tahini sauce for some creaminess and heat. All right, let's make this thing. Start by boiling your noodles of choice and gathering the rest of your ingredients. I'm using chicken-style seitan as the protein here, but you can also use tofu, or you can use your favorite plant-based protein. Now heat some toasted sesame oil in a skillet and add plenty of chopped onion and a good sprinkle of salt. Cook until the onions are a little browned on the edges. Then mix in ginger and garlic for just a minute. Now add your chicken-style seitan, soy sauce, turmeric and black pepper, and that whole bag of tricolor slaw. Mix really well and cook until the slaw is cooked to your liking. Then add the slaw mixture to a large mixing bowl with your noodles and toss everything together. Now here's where we turn this from a noodle bowl to an egg roll in a bowl. Sprinkle on lots of crunchy wonton strips. That gives you that egg roll-like crunch. Then drizzle on your sauce of choice and you are ready to eat. I love making this for a quick, easy weeknight dinner. And I love how choosing different sauces can help you customize the flavors to suit your personal tastes. When I serve this, I like to put all different bottles of sauces on the table so my family can pick and choose exactly what they want.
For our last recipe, we're making a fresh, crunchy salad inspired by the Chinese chicken salads that you see on a lot of menus. It is absolutely delicious, and it uses tri-colored slaw instead of lettuce for extra crunch. Let's make a vegan Asian style salad. This recipe is based on those Chinese chicken salads that you see on a lot of menus. And before I got started, I did do a little research because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't ruining a traditional recipe. And I found out that this salad originated at a restaurant in California called Madame Wu's. There have been a lot of takes on the Chinese chicken salad or the Asian salad since then, and this is my vegan version. Instead of chicken, we're using crispy, crunchy salt and pepper tofu that you can make in the oven or in the air fryer. I'll show you here how to do it in the oven, and then you can head to my website if you need those air fryer directions. This recipe is gonna feel like it has a lot of components, but it's actually really quick to put together. First, you get your salt and pepper tofu cooking in the oven, and while that bakes, you can chop your veggies and make your super quick ginger sesame dressing in the blender. If you like this recipe, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's make that tofu. You don't necessarily have to press your tofu for this recipe, but if it is really kind of soggy tofu, try to press a little bit of the excess water out. Then slice it up into 1-inch pieces and add those to a large bowl, along with some soy sauce, toasted sesame oil, and olive oil. Toss that all together to coat the tofu really well. Then add some cornstarch, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. The cornstarch is gonna help those spices adhere to the tofu, and it's gonna help the tofu get nice and crispy in the oven or in the air fryer. Toss to coat the tofu really well in the cornstarch and spices, and then spread them out onto a lined baking sheet and set that to bake till they're nice and browned and crispy. Meanwhile, let's make the dressing. Pour rice vinegar, toasted sesame oil, soy sauce, maple syrup, and a piece of fresh ginger to your blender. There's no need to peel the ginger for this recipe, but if there are any woody parts on your ginger, just kind of trim those away. Blend that up until it's nice and smooth, stir in some sesame seeds, and then set that dressing aside because it's done. You can mix and match the crunchy veggies that you're using in your Asian salad. For the base of this salad, I'm using a bag of tri-colored coleslaw. I love tri-colored coleslaw because it's cheap, it's already prepped, and unlike using lettuce, this isn't gonna wilt, so you can make this in advance and not worry about it getting soft and mushy. Toss that together really well to coat. By now, your tofu should be just about done. Spoon plenty of the cabbage mixture into your serving bowl, top it off with some of that crispy, crunchy salt and pepper tofu, and your salad is ready. This is a super easy dinner and such a great way to get in a ton of veggies. That ginger sesame dressing just makes everything so delicious. I honestly think you could put it on anything and it would be good. If you're making this salad ahead, you want to store the tofu separately from the veggie mixture because if the tofu is in there with the veggies, it's gonna get soggy. What I like to do is store them separately, and then when I'm ready to serve, dish up the veggies, then reheat the tofu in the air fryer or the oven just until it crisps up again. I love tri-colored slaw because it's cheap, it's convenient, and it's so versatile. If you try any of these recipes, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more simple vegan recipes. Happy cooking!